Hello friends, welcome to C# Intermediate to Advanced tutorial. Now you are watching the part 2 of the video. Now let us talk about the form design. Before that, we will drop a PictureBox control into the form and lay some of its property alive, and then we will talk about this example. That's all we are going to see in part 2, and in part 3 we actually start coding the application. Alright, this is what we saw in the part 1. So you can quickly review the property and methods as well as events. Alright, now let's go to the form demo. Before we go into form demo, we have a picture ready for the demo. So we kept this sunset.picture in G drive temp1 folder. Okay, for the form design demo, I just opened Visual Studio 2005. We'll create a new project and let's use the same folder gtemp, and we will use Windows application. It's a C# application, Windows form based application. So I'm just accepting the default and I'm clicking OK. So this will be our form. Let's pin this class view. At present we have properties, solution and class view. If it is not there, you can bring it from the view menu. From tools menu, we will open the PictureBox control from common controls. So I'm just clicking and dragging, then dropping it to the form. Then just for demo purpose, I am resizing it to some extent. So the PictureBox is now ready. You can access its property. Quick properties can be accessed using this button in the top. You can choose the image, or you can open the properties tab. Here if you see, this is the error image property, and when image load fails, by default this will show this image. So Microsoft provides by default this image, but if you want to change with your version, then you can import that. And if you see error image, they are using the icon. Similarly, the system, the initial image also kind of a icon. So this will get displayed when image load takes time. And if image load errors out, this image will be displayed. Now let's go to the image property and we will pick our sunset. Here if you see, I am choosing local resource. The image exists in the same path. Here I am choosing gtemp1. So the image is bound to this location, gtemp1. So this is one way of loading the image. And so once again we go to property and I'm choosing image. This time I'm loading it to the resource file. That means the image will be kept in the relative path and its reference is given to the stored in the resx file. So here I'm choosing sunset, then I'm choosing OK, save. After this, I can open the Solution Explorer and I can mark it as an embedded resource. So here I'm choosing it as an embedded resource. Specifies the source file will be copied to the output directory. At present it states do not copy. Now if I say copy always, this will get copied to the output directory. So this is one way of saving the image file. Now let me rebuild the solution because it's part of the build action, right? So now I moved to gtemp Windows application 1. So this is our exe location, and if you see, the resource folder is copied and sunset.jpg is available from that bin resource location. So when we package this, the image will become an embedded resource. That's what we specified here in the build action. So it's helpful for the deployment process. Deployment in the sense, here in our local box it's okay, but when you are deploying, how you want to treat this image file. So in build action we specified it as a embedded resource. Then in the output directory we want to copy this image file, and we specified copy always. Alright, now let's go to the other properties. Let me click it once. And size mode, if you see, at present we are at normal size mode. Before that we will open our sunset image. In paintbrush. So let me do a zoom out. So this is the complete image. Now we'll go to our Windows application. From normal mode we will set it to stretch image. And if you see, the image is stretched. Let me resize it, and you can see how the image is stretching. Here we are resizing the PictureBox control, and since the image mode is a stretch image, when we resize the control, the image also resized along with the PictureBox control. You can see how stretch is working. Now the size of this PictureBox control, let me zoom back it to the original size, and if I let me do a print screen for this specific control. Then I will paste it here, and you can see this is the size of our control. But to accommodate the entire image, the control can be resized so that it will show the full image. So that's what done by this property auto size. Here auto size means the image is not resized, but the PictureBox control is resized to align with the size of the image. Let's do this so that you can see. So the mark here, this mark, you can see the control is resized, but form size is small. But if I resize the form, you can see, and when I move the picture box, and you can see this outline border, so the control is resized. And when I stretch my when I resize my form, you can see the other portion of image is displayed. Why? Because the control size is, the PictureBox control size is bigger than this form size, and you can see this. This is the auto size property. Okay, now we will go ahead and explore other size mode. Center image. Let's resize this. Alright, we looked at normal, stretch, auto size, and center image. Center image actually shows the center part of the image. And if you look at here, somewhere here, some portion of this image is shown in the control, and you can see that. Then you can also go for zoom. This zoom will fit the image, maintaining the image's aspect ratio. That means if width is reduced, height also reduced proportionally, so that the aspect ratio won't change. Let's go here to our paintbrush. Here is the resize, and if you see, maintain aspect ratio is there. And when I go to pixel, you can see the image size is 800,600. And if I reduce the horizontal size to 600, you can see the vertical size is changing to maintain the aspect ratio. If you see, when I see set a new size, horizontal size 600, the vertical size is changing to 450. Alright, let us do the undo, and you can see how it is resized. So that's what called aspect ratio. So if you want to know what is the aspect ratio of this image, (800 by 600), 1.33. So that's the aspect ratio, and that aspect ratio will be maintained when you change the size. So 600 by 450, and if you do the division, it will show the same aspect ratio. (1.33). So the same step will be done by the property zoom. It maintains the aspect ratio, and you can see there are some portion of the picture box which is left unoccupied. Now if I reduce the size horizontally, and you can see this unoccupied size goes on the top because it needs to maintain the aspect ratio. Okay, instead of saying, I will just resize it, you will understand it. Look at this free size here on the left and right side of the image. When I resize at certain time, after some point in time, you will see this free slat goes to top and bottom. So the image is not yet resized. Why? Because it will still fit on this picture box. Now it will perform the resize, and at the same time it will maintain the aspect ratio. Since it is maintaining the aspect ratio, you will see empty slat in the top and bottom portion of this picture box control. Let me continue reducing the size, and you can see how it resizes proportionally, thereby leaving empty space in the top and bottom portion. Alright. Now let us look at our example and what are all the properties set for the controls. Here we have the form design ready. We placed a picture box control here. Then this is just a label, and all these are hyperlink control. I mean the link label control. You can see it here. There are 5 controls, and we specified active link color as red, then back color for the form, I mean for this control also. Link color is this one which we set. Then text we set it as normal. Then link visited color is different color. Okay, so that's what we set for all these link label control. And if you want to see the name of this control, why? Because it is referred in the code. LIBL, link label normal, stretch mode, autosave, center image, and zoom. Alright, so previously we explained different size mode property values. That's what we kept here as a link label control. At runtime we will set the same. Then here we have two command button. One is load from internet and another one is load from local. So load from local will load the image from the local resource, that means from your C drive or D partition. But when it is loading, we want to experiment both the method, loading the image as normal or loading the image as asynchronous. So we kept two radio buttons. This is one, we named it as read async, and this one is read normal. Then two button, CMD load local, CMD load internet. After that, in the bottom, the cell label, we kept one progress bar, and progress bar we named it as prog load status. So whatever we changed, that will get displayed here in bold color. So location we changed, but you no need to go with the same location. You can visually align it to the other controls when you are designing your form. And if you see, maximum we kept it as 100 and minimum we kept it as 0. Why? Because we want to show the progress in terms of percentage. So we kept minimum as 0 for the progress bar and maximum as 100. When we load from the internet, we will update this progress bar to show how many pixel gates copied from source to destination. That means internet source is the source and the destination is your PictureBox control. This is control. And there is one label here to show the progress, which is not shown here. And okay, we can do like this. And so this is the label control. LBL progress, and you can see that gets selected here. And if I change the back color from navy to something else, you can see. Okay, it's still not showing. If I want to show here at design time, so what we will do, we will update the percentage like 10%, and that will show in the label control like this. So during the design time, you are not able to see it. And for that label, we set the auto size to true. So at runtime, when you update the label, it will get auto sized based on what we update here. For single digit, it will occupy some portion, and when the number goes to single digit to 2 digit, the width will get increased automatically. Okay, that's basic of label control. That's all the form design. You make the form design ready. In the next video, we will start coding our example. So you don't need to design the same alignment and other stuff. You can design the way you want. Just make sure the names are right. That's all we need. Or even if it is a different name, you can easily change it at runtime. Alright, that's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.